Welcome back to Factfolic Pop, and today we're diving into the depths of fiction to uncover the 15 largest sea monsters ever created. These colossal creatures lurk in the shadows of the deep blue ocean, waiting to strike terror into the hearts of those who dare to imagine their existence. From the bone-chilling Kraken to the legendary Leviathan, which monsters will make it into the top 3? Do monsters like Godzilla and the world's serpent even make it to this list? Well, stay tuned right up to the end and hold on tight, because it's going to be one wild ride. So, let's dive right in. 15. Leviathan, Final Fantasy XV, 3,375 feet. Starting off our list is one of the 6 astrals in Final Fantasy XV. This enormous sea serpent commands water, sleeps beneath the waters of Altissia, and people view her with a mix of fear and respect. Being depicted as a giant blue serpent with a few wings of her own, Leviathan is known for her immense size and ferocity, and actually stands out even among the astrals. She has little regard for mortals, believing they should respect her sheer power without question, and why the hell not? After all, Leviathan can literally create tsunamis, capable of flooding entire cities, making her a truly formidable force. 14. Laboon, One Piece, 5,000 feet. Laboon is an enormous creature, making the ship Merry look tiny, possibly about the size of one of its teeth. Laboon's eye alone is at least 3 or 4 times bigger than the Merry. This huge whale seems inspired by some of the largest real-world species, but creator Oda made Laboon even more gigantic. But what's really crazy is the fact that inside Laboon, there's a vast space, so big that another large creature, even bigger than the Merry, could roam around. Plus, there's the legendary Dr. Crocus, living inside Laboon with his fake sky and house. Crazy indeed. 13. Charybdis, Percy Jackson, 7,920 feet. Charybdis, the terrifying and gigantic sea monster, hides beneath the ocean's surface, creating massive whirlpools that can swallow entire ships. This hungry beast has a massive mouth filled with rows of sharp, needle-like teeth, capable of crushing anything that gets too close. Being about the size of a small island, Charybdis' gaping mouth is like an ever-hungry abyss, a dark and scary void that churns with the violent energy of the sea. 12. SCP-1699, The Leviathans of Alagada, 9,842 feet. The Leviathans of Alagada are legendary sea monsters known for their immense size and power, living deep in the ocean around the mythical city of Alagada. These creatures are believed to guard the city's secrets, making them both feared and respected by the locals. Each Leviathan is huge, with scales as tough as steel and glowing eyes. They can create massive whirlpools and tidal waves, showing their control over the ocean. Stories say their roars can be heard from miles away, sending chills down the spines of sailors who get too close. 11. Karathen, Aquaman, 10,560 feet. The Karathen is a total legend, a massive and ancient nightmare monster straight out of a Lovecraftian kaiju tale. We're talking about a creature so terrifying and powerful that it puts everyone else to shame. It's like comparing a pebble to a mountain, and forget about calling it a plain old kraken. That's just an insult to its ginormous size and jaw-dropping strength. This underwater behemoth is the stuff of myths, a mythical sea creature that's been lurking in the depths since ancient times. 10. Leviathan, Atlantis, the Lost Empire, 13,200 feet. Now, this sea monster is no joke. We're talking about one of the biggest, baddest creatures ever to grace the silver screen. And get this, the legends surrounding this colossal beast go all the way back to biblical times. So, it's an ancient legend that's as old as time itself. But there's a twist. The Leviathan is actually a mechanical war machine, and it rather looks like a gigantic lobster, which is pretty darn weird. Perhaps you could say that it's a mecha take on the ancient monster, just like how there's Godzilla and the Mecha Godzilla. 9. Sea Kings, One Piece, 16,404 feet. Alright folks, it's time to dive into the wild world of One Piece, and today we're shining a spotlight on the Sea Kings, claiming an impressive 9th spot on our list. These massive sea monsters are all over the treacherous Calm Belt, and let me tell you, these sea monsters don't mess around. They can make any ocean journey a total nightmare. 8. SCP-3701, Homer, 19,685 feet. Now, this is one giant crustacean that looks to be straight out of a sci-fi movie. The Homer is basically an incredibly massive lobster, but with a twist. At the top of its body, it's got these colorful markings that actually form a woman's face. Plus, this beast isn't just big, it's got some serious powers too. It's got 6 legs, arms, whatever you call it, that can grab onto things like nobody's business, all attached to this super long, crescent-shaped part of its body, and to top it off, it's got 8 more legs stretching over 4 kilometers, which is pretty wild considering that's even longer than my morning commute. 7. Kraken, Warhammer 40k, 26,400 feet. In the murky depths of the planet Fenris, where the sun's rays dare not penetrate, the Kraken reigns supreme. The Kraken in Warhammer 40k is one of the most terrifying and massive monsters in the galaxy. A full-grown Kraken can be up to 5 miles long, with tentacles stretching 4 times that length. So if we go by those figures, it might be even bigger than what we've already estimated. 6. Cloverfield Paradox, 29,040 feet. Clover, the OG of the Cloverfield monsters, is in a league of its own. We're talking giant even among giants here. After all, even in the world of kaijus, it stands head and shoulders above the rest. This thing is a straight-up behemoth. Believe me when I say. Clover is one of the biggest and baddest kaijus to ever grace the silver screen. It's like the king of the monsters, ruling with its colossal presence. 5. Jormungandr, World Serpent, God of War, way over 30,000 feet. Taking the 5th spot in our list is the mythical World Serpent, and this incarnation comes straight out of the world of the epic God of War video game. Legend has it that it grew so massive that it could wrap itself around the entire Earth and grab its own tail. No wonder they call it the World Serpent. 4. Genbu, Naruto Shippuden, 32,808 feet. Now, get ready to meet the mother of all turtles on the big screen. Genbu, the colossal island turtle, is one legendary creature that you probably have never seen before. I mean, is it even a turtle at this point or an actual island? Well, it's both. Genbu is so massive that it carries an entire ecosystem on its back. 3. SCP-3702, Anji, 19.8 miles. Taking the 3rd spot is a monster from the SCP Foundation that will literally make your jaw drop, and for a good reason. After all, the SCP-3702 looks like a pelican eel with 13 tentacles that can tuck away like an octopus. Also, other than its insane size figures, this absolute monstrosity can even control the weather and whip up storms so intense that they make Category 5 hurricanes look like a light breeze. Talk about a real force of nature. 2. Mysterious Entity of the Florian Triangle, One Piece, 33.5 miles. After the SCP, it's now time to meet the mysterious and colossal entities lurking in the depths of the Florian Triangle in One Piece. These are creatures who are still shrouded in mystery, and that's what makes them even more intriguing. No one clearly knows what they are or where they came from, but we're crossing our fingers hoping that they make another appearance in the series because, let's be honest, we can't get enough of these behemoths. They're so huge that they could make mountains look like pebbles, even if they were chilling at the bottom of the ocean. So, if you haven't hopped on the One Piece train yet, what are you waiting for? Alright, now for the final boss. 1. SCP-3000, Anantashesha, 372 to 559 miles. Introducing SCP-3000, or as some like to call it, the eel, the ultimate serpentine sensation in the world of SCP. Anantashesha is the biggest and baddest when it comes to sea monsters, and from the looks of it, it kind of resembles a massive eel or a serpent to some extent. But it's worth mentioning that initially, SCP-3000 was just your run-of-the-mill eel, nothing out of the ordinary. But when folks stumbled upon it, they were convinced it was the Hindu god Anantashesha in the flesh. And you know what? The power of human belief is a wild thing, because just like that, the eel transformed into Anantashesha, following in the footsteps of the infamous Scarlet King. So, whether you believe in ancient deities or just enjoy a good spine-tingling tale, SCP-3000 is the eel that will slither its way into your imagination. And as for our list, it is the largest sea monster to ever exist in the world of fiction till date. So, there you have it. Those were 15 of the largest ever sea monsters in fiction. Which of these sea monsters intrigued you the most? Do let us know down in the comments below. I hope you had a thrilling time watching this video. We will be coming up with more such lists in the days to come, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed what you saw. Until next time, stay tuned to Factfolic Pop.